Hey, hi, hello. It's Tiana Miliani, but you can call me T, and welcome to Earth to Tea. This is a platform that I created to share my healing process and the tools and techniques that I have used to help manage my chronic pain, mental illness, grief work, and just learning how to be in the physical body, in the emotional body, and in the mental and the spiritual body. So, first things first, how to put yourself first. If you've been asking yourself questions like, what's my purpose? What even is the meaning in life? What am I meant to do? What do I like? Am I in the right spot? Yes. I'm so happy that you found my video because I might just have a solution for you. I have jotted down 5 different ways that we can learn to put ourselves first in our life in every situation that we encounter. So, the first step, get to know yourself better. If you feel lost in yourself, like you don't really know yourself, or you've gone through some extreme changes and you're like, who even am I? You don't really know what sparks your soul or what makes you feel like you. Well, one of the first steps that I've taken is to really think about the things that I loved to do as a child. Maybe 2 to 3 things. You don't have to think about a bunch. If you don't remember, then I suggest maybe speaking to a parent or guardian from those times and ask them, what were the things that I did as a child? What was like getting me excited? Think about those things and really find, what you brought into this world as a child. Because I know once we grow up, we start going to school, we start being influenced by all of these things around us, and we start to form opinions and belief systems. So really the key here is just jot down a few things that you did as a child before you had all of these belief systems and outside influences penetrating your mind. The next thing that I would suggest doing is just making a list of the things that you want. And no, I'm not thinking like 6-figure job or marriage or I want a house. No, scratch that. We're gonna start from waking up in the morning. How do you want to wake up? What kind of bed do you want to wake up in? Is it sunny when you wake up? Is it warm when you wake up? How many blankets do you have? Is there a pet or a person next to you when you wake up? Really think about the details of what you really want. What is the first thing that touches your lips when you wake up? For me, it's water. I always have to have a glass of water by my bed. That's something that I know that I want. I know that I want to have a regular morning practice that involves something physical, something mental, something spiritual, something emotional. So really, if you jot down those things, go through your day. What do you want to eat for lunch? What kind of people do you want to interact with? What kind of environment do you want to be around? How do you want to feel throughout your day? So I suggest just kind of making a list of going through your day. You can even section it off like morning, afternoon, nighttime, and think of the things that you truly want in those times. This is going to be something that'll help you get to know yourself a little bit better and maybe think about things that you didn't really think about before, but you kind of do every day. Number 2, understanding your place in your reality. Look, there's billions of people on Earth, and that means there's billions of realities. But the one that we are concerned with right now is yours. Your reality is under your complete control. Understanding that can help bring you just one step closer to you. Once we have a grasp of the things that we want in life, it can give us hints into the things that we love about ourselves. Get excited about those things that you want. Just let them make you feel so good, start thinking, okay, this is my reality in this physical body. When I feel excited about these things, maybe it's the things on the list that you're writing about what you want, where do you feel that excitement? Do you feel it in your heart? Do you feel it in your hands, like an energy in your hands? Do you feel it in your head? Do you feel it in your hips? Where do you feel these things that you want? Just kind of pay attention and rest into your reality in that way. Another list that we can make to understand our place in our reality is to write down at least 25 things that you love about yourself. So going back to this list of things that we want, what has it shown you about yourself? And what has it shown you about yourself that you really like? Maybe you are pretty unique in your wants and needs, and that kind of makes you feel good. Maybe you want things that a lot of other people want in their day-to-day, and that makes you feel good. What are the things that you really love about yourself? So really, it doesn't have to be anything super big. Just think of some things that you love about yourself. And I would recommend to try to stick to things that are non-physical, because while we do live in this physical form, this is not completely us, right? We are the soul that is within the physical form. So this is what I really want y'all to focus on, is these non-physical things about yourself that you truly love. Number 3, practice setting aside time for yourself. I love this one, and it can be really, really difficult, especially in today's day and age when we all got jobs, some of us have kids, got school, it's really hard to mindfully set aside that time for ourselves. We have a lot of influences coming at us saying, oh, things should be this way, things should be that way. But really, going back to that number 2, taking charge of understanding your reality, this is just a little bit step further, and making sure that we set aside time for ourselves. You can start really small in the things that you do day to day. So don't try and think like, oh, I have to really come up with something new, a new way for me to set aside time for myself. No, say you're brushing your teeth. Maybe setting aside time for yourself means looking at yourself in the mirror and smiling as you brush your teeth, or putting on your favorite song as you brush your teeth. If you are making your coffee, maybe do a little dance while you're waiting for your coffee or your tea to brew. Try to find the little things that you do in your day-to-day where you can make them a little bit more intentional. Really set aside that time for yourself to be mindful. You can stick to some things like breathing. Maybe you just take a deep breath and you observe your surroundings a little bit longer. Or even close your eyes, listen to some sounds that you're hearing, and really think about, how do I feel this in my body? Am I having a reaction to this? Really put yourself first in these situations where we are observing. Number 4, create a consistent practice. When you start becoming mindful of the little moments and you begin to find the activities that you like to do to enjoy time with yourself, then you know that you're ready to take it to the next step and start doing this on a regular basis. It's time to actually make it consistent, where you're doing the same things every day and building trust with yourself. Maybe you started singing at yourself in the mirror. Schedule a time that you sing at yourself in the mirror. Maybe it's after you brush your teeth. Maybe it's before bed. Maybe it's in the middle of the day when you're taking your bathroom break. Just commit to that every single day. If you have a hard time being consistent, then some tools that I've used is leaving notes on mirrors, or taking a dry erase marker and writing on the mirrors itself. If you have your phone on you a lot, then another thing is you can set reminders or alarms. Another tool is maybe find a buddy. Maybe find a buddy you can share a consistent practice with and check in with once a week or every day and be like, look, I'm doing my thing. Are you doing your thing? And that can feel really good to have that feedback and to help build consistency with yourself. As you start to build a consistent practice, check back in with your list of wants and your list of things that you love about yourself, and just check in and see, does this activity spark me? Is it hard for me to stay consistent with this particular task? And make sure that you make adjustments. Remember, we're understanding our own reality, and this is something that we want to still continue to be mindful of. Number 5, have the intent to get grounded. Now this is earth to tea, so I'm really gonna tell you how to connect to earth in this channel. And this last one is so helpful because if we learn about ourselves and we're doing our own thing, I'm a triple air sign. I am always way up in the air. So I really have to be mindful about being grounded. A lot of these tools that I've given you can be useful, but if we don't use them with intent and purpose, it can be pretty easy for us to get lost and caught up in the wave of outside influence. Even if you are doing things in service to others, just think of you and what you are doing these activities for, with you at the center of your reality. Think of how these things that you do every day can center you and your purpose. Maybe your grounding activity that you choose is wearing a really soft, fuzzy sweater. And in times where you need to feel grounded, you're just rubbing that sweater and it feels so soft, and you have these sensations in your fingertips and your skin just feels so warm. Maybe your grounding activity is chugging a cup of water, and as you chug that cup of water, you feel it going down your throat, you feel it going into your stomach. Really just connect in all of the ways physically that you can to help understand that this is you. This experience is about you and your body and your mind and your spirit and your emotions, and validate yourself through everything that you do. I know some of us with anxiety, we like to tap our leg, tap our foot. Try to find mindfulness in that. How does the ground feel? Are you standing on grass or sitting on cement? What's under your foot? Do you feel the vibration of the tapping of your foot up through your knee, up through your leg, up through your hip? What are you feeling? Try to keep in touch of these moments where you're interacting with the physical world and really think mindfully about, what is this doing for me? Try to focus on thoughts that only include your experience. I know it can be really easy to get distracted and think about other people, or what are other people thinking this, or other people are doing that, or oh, this person just walked down the sidewalk, I need to go and check out what they're doing. Really continue to think about your experience. Even if you are glancing at that person walking down the sidewalk, how are you feeling? What makes you interested in what that person is doing? Really try to bring every moment back to you. Outside influences are going to have their own realities going on, and we can only really control our own. We are really the only ones who can take charge of us. So I hope you liked my video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Share with me, what is one thing that you came up with that you love about yourself? And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm starting so fresh here and I'm so excited to bring y'all more content. Thanks so much for having me. Bye.